All right, so the barbell bench press, its movement prerequisites to maintain safety and efficiency include maintaining a neutral wrist when holding the bar, the ability to extend and flex your elbows around 45 to 60 degrees from your torso, something like this, as well as your shoulders require the ability to horizontally adduct as well as abduct, as well as flex and extend, specifically your anterior delts. You also need the ability to maintain a neutral spine within the movement and a strong core. The arc within the bench press comes from scapular retraction, not from excessive lumbar extension. Lastly, with your hips, you need to be able to slightly extend them, or not extend them, actually flex them so that you could plant your feet on the ground, as well as keep them strong to support leg drive as you push through your heels and maintain hip contact with the bench. Now, contraindications, reasons to avoid the flat barbell bench press. If you experience pain around your shoulders, your elbows, rotator cuffs, or really any upper body pain or injuries, you should probably refrain from it. You also need the ability to maintain stability during scapular retraction, as it's crucial within the setup of the barbell bench press. Other red flags include pec strain, pec tears, really pec pain in general, the inability to maintain a neutral wrist under load, also excessive lumbar extension under load. Also, if you had recent surgery or if you have any cardiovascular issues, always consult a health professional if you're unsure. All right, so as a great supplemental exercise, let's talk about the incline bench press. The muscles used are almost identical to the flat press, but there's actually one key difference in which the prime mover is actually your clavicular head of the pec major, rather than the sternal head, which is used more within the flat press around here. The synergies include the anterior delts, something like that, the triceps brachii, also the coracobrachialis, somewhere around here, and the sternal head, obviously, of your pec major. The dynamic stabilizers include the short head of your bicep. Also, other stabilizers include the rotator cuff musculature, the latissimus dorsi, especially when you actively think of bending the bar within the bench press, as well as your trapezius. Alright, so how exactly does an incline benefit the flat bench press? Well, the pressing angle, where we require more shoulder flexion, emphasizes upper chest or clavicular head and anterior delt recruitment, and since we are also using the clavicular head over the sternal head, a big portion needed during horizontal pressing, it places more stress on the anterior delts as well as the triceps brachii, thus strengthening these synergists within the actual flat press. This overload also helps with the lockout within a flat press, where our shoulders and triceps are essential, thanks to the mechanical disadvantage placed on the chest. Right, so the incline barbell bench press, you really want to put it around a 30-degree angle, but for the purpose of this, it's about a 45-degree angle, okay? We'll make do with what we got, right? So when we hold the bar, we're gonna hold it tight, slightly wider than shoulder width apart, so that as you actually perform the movement, your wrists and elbows are stacked together. From this position, you're going to actively think of pulling back on your shoulders and downwards, so that you create that natural arc within your back. Remember that natural arc does not come within lumbar extension. Now, as you descend down, you want to actively think of bending the bar so that you activate your lats to create stability within the movement. You're going to go down, around to mid-chest level. Then as you go up, you want to think of it as bringing it up and back, almost towards your forehead, in a swooping manner, okay? Cool. Also, if you want to add more power within the movement, you're able to push through your heels to add leg drive. Just remember to maintain hip contact within the movement when doing so.
So today I will be demonstrating the pause push-up, which is an accessory exercise designed to improve control and strength for the bench press. So the pause push-up is a great accessory because it mimics the bottom portion of the bench press while building control, stability, and power from the chest and triceps. So the prime mover in this exercise is the pectoralis major, and the synergists are your anterior delts, your triceps brachii, your serratus anterior, and your core stabilizers. So I'll demonstrate step by step of what this exercise looks like. So you want to start in a high plank position. You want to have your hands slightly further than shoulder width apart. You want to make sure you're keeping a neutral spine with your body in line from your head to your heels. You want to lower your chest slowly towards the ground, keeping your elbows at a 45-degree angle from the torso. Once you're about an inch from the floor, pause for 1 to 2 seconds and stay tight, and then explode up. So you want to lower, stay tight, make sure not to relax at the bottom, press up explosively. Make sure you straighten your elbow at the top phase of the lift. So I'll show you what a couple reps of this will look like. So you want to slowly lower, keep your core and glutes tight, pause, explode up. Make sure you're controlling the lowering phase. You want to pause with tension, not relaxation. Make sure to pause with tension, explode up. You want to lower, pause, explode up. So here's what a few reps look like. You want to make sure you're driving up with power while maintaining straight body alignment. So the pause push-up helps improve the bench press by increasing stability and control in the bottom position of the bench press. It helps build explosive strength off the chest, obviously. It enhances chest and triceps activation through added time under tension. And it also reinforces core and shoulder stability, which improves overall pressing efficiency. So overall, by incorporating pause push-ups regularly, anyone can improve strength, they can improve control, they can improve power in the pressing phase of the bench press. They can do this all while building a more stable and resilient upper body.